Joining us now is our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. John Ross Null. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, Gene, good morning. Feels like it's been a while.
It has been, but I really do appreciate Mr. Parker and Coach Henderson, and I'm trying to think.
Cody Skinner.
And
Mr. Phipps. Yes, no, they have appreciated that opportunity also, and I think it's definitely good for our community and all the listeners to get to hear from them as well and get a little insight into the things that they're looking after in our district.
That's right. A lot going on. I know the community is just now kind of learning and finding out with sadness the passing of Mr. Irby this week at the age of 89. And you, of course, knew Lowell very well, Superintendent. He was on the school board for many, many years. So I'm sure the community will come together to support the family and honor the memory of Mr. Irby.
Absolutely, and just a legendary board member and community member, and well known across the state for his efforts for public schools, and certainly will be missed. And for me personally, I just have known and not only went to school with a few of his kids actually, and attend the same church, and so friends as well. And so we're certainly going to miss Mr. Irby. And then also another longtime school board member passed away over the weekend, and that's Mrs. Margaret Aguilar.
Oh, okay.
And I believe she was on the board from about 1992 to 2017. So really a long-term board member as well, and just an advocate for kids and a champion for public education, and so we want to keep her family in our thoughts and prayers as well.
Absolutely. So that's a couple of sad notes there. It's great to be going to baseball games.
It's great to be a Bulldog.
It is great to be a Bulldog.
Right. That's right.
I don't know if I can say that. I didn't go to Artesia High School.
Oh, no, you can say it.
Am I allowed to say something like that?
Even though we're both wearing blue shirts, we can still say it. In fact, we probably need to say it frequently. But no, sorry, Gene, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's okay. I know having the kids back in school, athletics going on. We just came through the end of the basketball season and saw a lot of great success there. And now we're seeing the spring sports. It's so nice to look out on the field and not see those kids pretending to wear masks.
It has been a welcome relief for people to have that option, and we certainly support whatever choice people make in that area. But we're really glad that is the situation that we're in right now, and as examples, those last couple of home basketball games that we had, just the competition, the fun, the sheer number of people that were there. There's,
oh yeah.
And I texted Coach Mondragon after one of the games and just pointed out, not only congratulated him on a win, but just the efforts, not only Coach Mondragon, but all of those that are in charge of our athletics and our activities. But I happened to text Coach Mondragon that evening and just say thanks for helping to bring our community together.
Yep,
it's very healing. And so, yeah, it's been great to see. And Monday night, we had, of course, our board meeting, and across the way we had a BPA banquet, and last night a girls basketball banquet in our facility. Had a lunch and learn in our boardroom yesterday. Lori Crockett from Nurse Practitioner presented to a group, and just lots of things going on, really good things, and we're excited about that.
Let me ask you this. I heard, or I can't remember if I read an article. I think I saw a press release referring to an article. The Artesia schools worked really hard to let people know about the social studies curriculum proposed changes and really encourage people to participate in that process. Has the state made any decisions, or have they released any programs? Have they kind of come out and said, here's what we're...
They have, and it's been recently. I don't remember the exact date, but yes, they have been what would be called codified, and so officially presented as the New Mexico Social Studies standards. And in some ways, we were pleased because it was evident that those that were making those decisions did listen and did make some changes based on recommendations, and not just from Artesia, but from other districts across the state. In some areas, changes were not made that were recommended, and so there will be an implementation plan coming in the coming few months, and because those standards actually are not implemented fully until 2023, 2024. So the process will kind of start this summer in June, where there will be a review institute of materials where teachers, and we'll have some participation from teachers in that will go and review various materials, and then our folks here will go to work at the local level, going through the standards and identifying the things that are most important to target here in Artesia. And it is appropriate and encouraging that on the first page of the implementation plan that was presented to us from the Public Education Department, that it points out very clearly that the learning goals, what students are expected to know, are established at the local level.
Well, that's been a big push. I know, I don't think anything happened in the legislative session, but I know there's been a big effort to encourage more local control of a lot of the decisions that previously have just been handed down from the PED. So is that an encouraging sign that you're seeing from the Public Education Department in a number of different areas?
There have been some encouraging signs coming out, and I do believe that our current Secretary of Education, Dr. Steinhaus, I do believe that he's recently retired superintendent, and I do believe that he is an advocate for more local control. So I do believe that he is working to accomplish that. It's a process. But as an example, some of the COVID practices that have now been made controllable at the local level are some encouraging signs. Still a ways to go, but some encouraging signs, no doubt, Gene.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens over the next few months. So, well, good. Well, what's on your list? What would you?
We had a board meeting on Monday night, and of course, one of the primary things we've been working through is the process of working toward adopting a school calendar for the 22-23 school year. And so a week ago Monday, we held some stakeholder meetings with community, and then also with our staff, and to get some feedback on primarily whether or not, as a district, school-wide, all students, all staff, whether we believe that it's in our students' best interest to extend the number of our instructional days from 178 to 188. So we gathered feedback at those meetings, and then we're going to put out I call it a survey, but it is really more an additional opportunity for people to provide some feedback. Not a vote yes or no, vote this way or vote that way, but hey, tell us your opinions, tell us your insight, tell us your thoughts, and then we'll take that feedback, and then we will go to work on a calendar, and then we will present that to our school board at the April school board meeting and seek their approval.
What from the meetings that have been held so far? What kind of feedback are you receiving regarding this idea?
And first, before I want to say how much we have appreciated the conversations that we've had, the feedback that we've had during those meetings. I mean, people were honest and they were truthful, but very respectful of one another. It was just good conversation, and so we appreciate that. To this point, overwhelmingly, the feedback has been that people prefer or think it or believe it's best to continue with our kind of what I would call our traditional calendar. And then conversations have also included let's work together to continue trying to improve the quality of those days that we have, and then also to continue seeking ways to provide summer opportunities, not as mandatory for all, but as opportunities for perhaps those that want to take advantage of that, perhaps those that teachers and parents work together and kind of identify, hey, this student could use some additional help with that. So that's really where we're at today, but we're continuing to seek that feedback over the, through the end of spring break.
Okay.
And then we'll go to work that following week on making a decision.
So look for the survey or the additional feedback opportunity here real soon.
Absolutely. And also at school board, a lot of course, this time of year we're getting ready for summer projects, and they ranged from heating and cooling, roof repair, some significant renovations at the Stell Yates Auditorium, new turf at Bulldog Bowl, refinishing floors at our elementary schools, and just a wide variety of projects, and always have to make sure and remember and thank our community for their support, because without our HB 33 funds, our SB 9 funds that our voters overwhelmingly support, we couldn't do these projects, and they're going to be great for kids.
Yeah.
And then one last thing, I know we're getting short here. Cody Skinner, as part of his presentation, shared some information that was published by KRQE last week. KRQE put out a story, and they just titled it "The Best School Districts in New Mexico," and it was interesting. And they looked at academics, graduation rates, SAT, ACT. Excuse me. They looked at teacher-student ratios. They looked at access to extracurricular activities, things of that nature, and it was very interesting. And they listed what they considered the top 10 districts in New Mexico, and we were listed in the top 10 at number 8 by their list.
Okay.
And Los Alamos was listed as number 1 on their list. But it was very interesting. All other districts in the top 10 were all single A districts.
Oh, the small schools.
The small schools. And so us in Los Alamos were the only districts of higher than single A that were listed in that top 10, and so interesting information, but also what we believe is evidence of the quality and the great work that our staff is doing, and the commitment of our students and our parents and our community. And we know there's always room for improvement. We want to strive for that continuous improvement, but we're also very proud of where we're at.
Well, it's great to be on a good top 10 list, right?
It is. It's always good to be there. So,
all right. Superintendent John Ross Null, thank you so much for your time. And since we are wearing blue shirts today, I guess we'll say it's great to be
a Bulldog.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Hey.